change out your carpet, paint your home. You may want to have the home staged. There's a lot of different things that you may need, talking to a CPA or financial advisor. And I've established those relationships, and so I've asked some of my affiliates to come today, and they have their information on the side tables, and they're there to answer your questions. So Beppy Mostert is here, so I just want to introduce her. Beppy is an interior designer. She stages most of my listings when there's a need, and
yeah.
So this is Beppy. Thank you. And then Linda Diller is with Senior Move Masters, and Linda is here as well to answer any of your questions. And then Scott, where are you? Scott Pulver is my rental person, my property manager. And I think it's really important for you to know that if you ever invite me to meet with you and consult with you on whether or not you need to sell your home, it may not be an option for you. You may be choosing to rent your home. And I work with a property manager because I think it's important that you have answers to all your questions. So, thank you. Okay, are we up here? Okay. So Sotheby's is an international brand, but we have over almost 500 offices, and nowadays we are an international community. We've got people in Canada looking to buy in San Diego. We've got people in China looking to buy in San Diego, so it's great that we have that network to support your needs. And I just thought this is really cute. Mom says we can't eat it because it's the only house left in the neighborhood with equity. So I imagine the big question you may have is, if you own a home, do you have equity in your home? And what type, how much is the equity? And then also, how can you keep most of that money for yourself? So in October, I attended an economic summit, and they had a chief economist present from Freddie Mac. And these are my notes. So essentially, the outlook is this. I'm going to tell you about the outlook nationally. I'm going to tell you about the outlook for San Diego. And then I'm going to go in and talk to you and show you some photos of before and after homes that I've sold to give you an idea of what you can do in your own home. So the odds of a double-dip recession are 1 out of 3. Recovery won't be robust, but we will have a recovery, thank God. Nationwide, homes have declined about 25%, but locally, San Diego home prices have dropped about 37% since the peak of the market in 2005. And right now, the pricing levels are approximately where they were in 2001 and 2002. Mortgage defaults have lessened, but they remain high. Unemployment is the main trigger for delinquency. House price declines add to the foreclosure risk. And then FHA and VA are about a quarter of all lending in 2011. What that means to you is that the other 3/4 of the loans are conventional, and that means that those home buyers are putting between 5% plus down. So the good news is that there's people out there buying that have a good amount of money to put down on homes. Home buyer affordability is high. I can tell you that right now, the market normally slows down around the holidays. Right now, it is really, really active. So if you are considering selling your home, I do see the market changing. Freddie Mac economist said that the bottom for San Diego should be the end of first quarter 2012. And what's interesting about that is that in San Diego, the market always seems to turn around right after Super Bowl weekend. So you'll see a lot of buyers out looking, and then we hit our spring, and the market does pick up. And I see that again happening this coming spring. He does expect sales to be up 5% in 2012 over 2011, and the Fed has committed to keeping interest rates low until 2013, where they are currently. So that's at least boosting buyers' confidence, which is really key to getting them out there, keeping them out there buying. So this shows you a graph. The interest rates are in blue, showing how low they are. You always hear about how we have record low interest rates. Well, this gives you a visual of that, and we truly do. Right now, interest rates are on average about 4% for buyers. And I'm telling you all about buyers because if you are going to sell, I want you to understand what the buyer's perception of the market is and where they're coming from. because that's what's motivating them to buy your home. This is showing you the unsold inventory in San Diego. We are above the California average, which is 5 months. We're just a little over 6 months for inventory. But this is for all price ranges. If you go to the next slide, it shows you exactly what markets are selling. It shows you 2011 over 2010 activity. So the blue shows you in 2010, so in the million plus, it took about 11 months for a home to sell. And then in this last year, it's been about 9 months. So it is improving. And if you can go back one moment. So it is improving, and most investors are buying homes that are under $300,000. And I would say homes primarily are moving under the $500,000 mark, really, really fast. And then another thing I thought was interesting, I share this with you because it shows you the parallel, the graph shows how the senior housing is parallel to the real estate market. So this is showing you the independent living, housing occupancy, assisted living, and if you see there where it drops down before 2009, that's when our real estate market was going down. And a lot of people felt that they didn't want to sell their home and take that equity and then move into a senior community, and so they were pretty much aging in home. Then when the real estate market started to turn in 2009, here you see that the occupancy started to increase as well. So as our real estate market goes up, I believe that more people will be able to move into more senior communities or age in home if that's what they prefer. So experience is the difference. I have assisted many people that with the task of selling their home that has been had a lot of they've occupied for many years. And typically I work with the adult children. Sometimes if they live out of state, they're helping their parents to sell their home. And then other times I work with seniors directly. These are all clients that I've worked with. And I put their pictures because they are truly important to me. I know all of my clients' names. It's not just for me about selling a house. And whether you choose to hire someone like myself, if you do choose to sell your house, make sure that you're choosing somebody that cares about you. I think and that they have the experience, but they also care about your needs. I think that's critical. This is a before picture. I'm going to go into, actually, can you go back 1 second, please? So, it says, together we've successfully transformed those homes into show places that appeal to a wide range of buyers. Some of you may not be familiar with staging. I think it is critical for you to have your home staged in order for you to get more money. Buyers are going into homes and they're expecting homes that are remodeled. They want the most for their money, but not all of us can remodel our homes. So if you put a Band-Aid on it or put on some makeup for your home, then your home will appeal more to more buyers, and the more buyers that are attracted to your home will get you more money. And staging doesn't just mean bringing in a bunch of furniture. It could be just rearranging the furniture that you have, and I'll show you some examples here. So this is a before photo. They replaced the carpet, and this is what I ended up with. Next. This gentleman lived in this home. He bought the house around World War II, and he was 91 years old when he moved into a senior community, and there were original wood floors underneath that carpet. So we painted and took out the old carpet, and it's amazing. Next. Okay. He remodeled the bathroom, and his daughter spent approximately $14,000 to remodel the entire home, including termite work, everything. And they netted about $81,000 for doing those changes. Curb appeal is huge. This home, they had a view, and they spent about $6,000 on their front and their backyard landscaping. They netted about $24,000 after taking my advice. Here, they didn't have to spend any money. My recommendation was to remove the bookshelves, the carpet, and rearrange the furniture, which you'll see in the next slide. What a difference. Okay. Becky staged this home for me, and this was my favorite home that she's staged. And we simply staged it and didn't make any changes. Isn't that amazing? And this home is in Point Loma over on Azalea. And I exceeded the seller's expectations by getting them $80,000 over list price. And we had 5 offers and it sold in 5 days. Next. And they put in the hardwood floor. This house, they did a lot of work on this house. They had multiple offers, and in this market, homes really are moving, and if you prepare your home properly, it can move fast, and you'll get money, you'll get the right sales price for it as well. Okay, so your question might be, what do I do next? So first off, my recommendation is that you devise a plan that's going to meet your needs. Talk to your spouse, talk to your family, figure out what it is that you want. Where do you want to live for the rest of your senior years? Research future housing options, which Laura's team can answer questions for you. Interview reputable realtors or property management companies. So you may choose to rent out your home and use that as income. You may choose to sell your home and take your equity and plan for your future. Declutter and remove personal belongings. There are companies out there that can assist you. Becky, who is here today, can help you with that as well if you need help. And then staging. And then consider hiring a senior move master, which I've invited Linda Diller here to speak to you on that. A move in the right direction. Seniors to-bes and their families encounter many challenges when faced with moving. You may need to plan for this, or it may come unexpectedly. And let me be a resource for you as you consider your options. Thank you very much. And one last thing, this is something I'm doing special just for those who are here today. Underneath your chair, there's a $1,000 certificate for you. So if you do hire me to sell your home, this is literally worth $1,000 off of my commission. Okay? And I can tell you that working with Sotheby's, we have the infrastructure to support you. If you have a $1 million plus home, or if you have a $300,000 home, we have the services for you. And that's it. Yes.
I have a question.
Please.
Is it everybody's selling their house, or if you live in a house? If you don't live in a house, I sold my house, and now I'm just thinking to buy another home. Is it very unusual for people to try to buy another?
No, a lot of people, you may choose to buy a home in a 55 plus community, and there's also something called universal design, so you can modify a home so that you can age in place. That is an option that some people are considering. I have something, yes.
Properties that are on the market currently, how does that affect a home that you're considering to sell that you're not in distress?
There's a large amount of homes that are on the market right now that are distressed. That includes bank-owned and the short sale properties. They do affect the value of all homes on the market because buyers are looking at every single home that's available and they're looking for a good deal. So it definitely impacts the value of your home. Does that answer your question? Yes?
So you're saying that even though my house, let's say, is not in distress, I have to compete with the same market with homes that are in distress?
Unfortunately, yes.
And so people who are buying are looking for a perceived value, and so they would typically overlook my property looking at a bank-owned property because of the distress that it's in and
Not necessarily. I don't think they would overlook your property. You have all sorts of buyers with different needs. There are some buyers that have additional money in their savings, and so they want to get a fixer. They're looking for a good deal. So they're going to be attracted to more of the foreclosed homes and the short sales. And in often cases, a short sale where the homeowner is upside down on their home and they owe more on it than what it's worth, those homes are often not treated well, and there's a lot of fixing up to do. On a traditional sale where you do have equity, you usually have homeowner's pride. And there are buyers out there who want to move in to a move-in ready home and not have to fix anything. So there are buyers out there that appeals to, and those homes are also selling.
I wonder, not particularly the highest end facilities, but just in general, renting instead of buying. It seems now that home prices are still ascending. There's no real bottom at this time, it seems. So would renting be reasonable if the market really wealthy?
Well, they're saying that the bottom is supposed to bottom out the first quarter, and interest rates are lower than I've ever seen them. They were low the end of last year in the high threes, and they're kind of teetering there around 4 high threes right now. So as far as that goes, it's an ideal time to buy. However, you may, and I don't know if you need a tax write-off, and maybe that's where you'd want to talk to a financial advisor about your specific situation and determine if it does make sense to rent or buy. So thank you very much.